If you're going to do it halfway, don't waste your time. Don't fake the grind. Don't pretend you want it, because half effort is a joke, a quiet way of telling the world, I don't really care. Let's be real. You don't get greatness with convenience. You don't become a savage by coasting. You earn your name in blood, sweat, and obsession. Half effort is disrespect to your goals, to your name, to the future you keep talking about but never fight for. You want it? Then act like it. Because mediocrity isn't an accident. It's a lifestyle. It's built choice by choice, excuse by excuse. And every time you skip a rep, half show up, or play it safe, you're not avoiding failure. You're choosing it. There's no pride in doing just enough to get by. There's no honor in almost. You're either in or you're wasting everyone's time, especially your own. The world doesn't need another guy who's trying. It needs killers. Men who commit fully, who burn the fallback plan and go to war for their vision. So here's the law. Go all in or get out of the way, because someone else will. And when he does, he'll take everything you were too soft to fight for. Average is overcrowded. You know what's full? Average. Good enough? Mediocrity. That lane is jammed, packed to the brim with the timid, the tired, and the maybe tomorrow crowd. It's overflowing with men who never burned for anything. Men who lived with a spark but never lit the fire. Men who died with all their potential still locked inside because comfort was easier than commitment. That's what average is. It's the slaughterhouse of dreams. It's the place where you find all the people who said, I could have been more. I almost made it. I just didn't have time. I just needed a break. Pathetic. Excuses piled on top of laziness. Weakness hiding behind fake humility. They gave up not because they couldn't, but because they didn't want it bad enough to suffer for it. Let me tell you something real. Average is a lie men settle for when greatness starts to hurt. And if you don't watch yourself, if you don't lock in with laser focus, if you don't harden your mind and toughen your spine, you'll wake up one day and find you're one of them. Just another name in the crowd. Another man who never finished what he started. So if you want to rise, if you want to live with your chest out and your head high, if you want to build something so real that no one can ignore you, then you better get comfortable with being uncomfortable. You better start chasing pain like it owes you everything. You better start waking up with a mission, not just a schedule. You better start training your mind to be a weapon, not a sponge for weakness. The world doesn't need another soft man. It doesn't need another boy in a man's body scrolling through life, liking success but never building it, wishing for greatness but never sweating for it. What this world needs is the few, the rare breed, the man who can suffer in silence, fight through the darkness, and still show up the next day hungry for more. Let's get this straight. Comfort is the enemy. Convenience is poison. Safety is a slow death. The path to everything you want is covered in blood, sweat, and sacrifice. And if you're not ready to pay that price, then you're not ready for the prize. Because average men, they dabble, they delay, they sit and wait for the right time. But the savage doesn't wait. He builds the time. He makes the way. He pushes when it's raining, grinding, hurting, hopeless, because he knows what's on the other side. While they hit snooze, he's lacing up. While they're talking, he's moving. While they're dreaming, he's doing. And here's the brutal truth. If you don't give it everything, someone else will. There is another man out there right now, less talented than you, less intelligent than you, less privileged than you. But he's going to take everything you said you wanted because he has what you don't, obsession. He doesn't want it kinda. He doesn't wish for it. He doesn't say someday. He's at war for it. And war only respects the ruthless. So ask yourself, when it comes down to the wire, who's taking your spot? Are you going to be the one giving everything, or the one watching from the sidelines thinking, that should have been me? Don't you dare go out like that. Don't you dare grow old with what if echoing in your mind. You were not born to be another number. You were not built to blend in. You were born to lead, to build, to dominate. But only if you're willing to suffer for it, to bleed for it, to sacrifice all the fake pleasure for the real fulfillment of earning your name. So rip off the comfort, kill the excuses, bury the old you, and step into the fire, because this world bows to the men who refuse to break, to the men who choose discipline over dopamine, to the men who wake up dangerous because they know average is packed and they refuse to fit in. The top is empty. It's cold, it's brutal, and it's waiting for the obsessed, waiting for the uncommon, waiting for you if you're ready to bleed for it. Half effort gets you nowhere. Let me speak directly to you, to the man who wants more, to the man who knows there's something powerful sleeping inside him, but still hasn't gone all in, still hasn't flipped that final switch. Let me tell you exactly what's holding you back. It's not talent, it's not time, it's not opportunity. It's that you keep showing up at 60%. You try hard, you kind of push, you almost go all in. But in this world, almost is the same as never. Half effort gets you nowhere. You don't get to whisper your dream and expect it to roar. You don't get to work when it's convenient and expect to become legendary. This isn't a video game. You don't respawn. Every day you go halfway is a day you betrayed your future. Let that hit. You were built for war, not comfort. We weren't made to be passive. We weren't made to scroll, complain, and hope life cuts us a deal. We were built to hunt, to build, to break through walls, to wake up with intention and go to war with weakness. But most men, they've forgotten that. They've been numbed by distractions, softened by comfort, neutered by excuses. They've traded fire for convenience, discipline for dopamine, purpose for passive pleasure. They move slow. They doubt themselves. They take breaks they haven't earned. They speak big but move like background characters. And that's not you. Because if you're still reading, it means one thing. You refuse to die soft. If you're going to show up like a threat. There's a certain type of man that walks into a room and people feel it. He doesn't speak loud. He doesn't need to. His presence says everything. His posture, his work ethic, his silence, his focus, his aura says, I'm not here to play. That man didn't get there by doing some of the work. He didn't get there by being motivated sometimes. He didn't get there by caring about what others thought. He got there because he made a decision. I will either become something or I will die trying. And from that day forward, everything changed. His circle shrank. His standards rose. His routine got sharper. His excuses got buried. He became locked in. A weapon in motion. You don't get to want it and act casual. You say you want success. You say you want to be the best. Then why do your actions look like everybody else's? You skip the hard days. You cheat the reps. You make goals, but you don't make sacrifices. You dream big, but you move small. Let me be real with you. The future you want is reserved for the man you haven't become yet. The one who doesn't just want it, he bleeds for it. He chokes out distractions. He walks away from weakness. He builds habits like armor. He trains when it's raining. He works when he's broken. He stays ready when everyone else is taking it easy. You want to be that man? You don't get to try. You declare. You commit. You go all in. The world won't hand you power. You have to take it. Let's get this straight. No one is coming to save you. No one's going to give you the perfect plan. No one's going to beg you to be great. This is your fight. You either rise or you rot. Every man has two choices. Step up and suffer for your future. Play it safe and decay in regret. There is no middle ground. You think you're tired now? Try living a life where you never went all in. Try waking up 10 years from now knowing you could have been great, but you settled for busy, settled for realistic, settled for the crowd. Let that haunt you, or let that fuel you. Go all in or go home. This is the part where men either step forward or shut down, where the weak look for the exit and the relentless gear up. So which one are you? Are you done playing half speed? Done talking big and showing up soft? Done letting laziness choke out your legacy? Because I'm telling you right now, when a man goes all in, everything bends. Time slows down. Opportunities show up. People can feel the shift in your soul. They look at you different because they can sense you're not average anymore. You're not part of the herd. You're the wolf on the edge of the hill, watching, working, waiting to strike. You want that energy? Then commit like a man. Show up early, stay late, train harder, speak less, think deeper, act sharper, and never, ever settle for halfway. You get one shot at life. One, that's it. So either you burn for it, or you'll burn out, wondering why nothing ever happened. Half effort gets you nowhere. Full effort makes you unforgettable. Now ask yourself, what kind of man are you becoming? You were given a flame. Don't let it die. You weren't born weak. You weren't born average. You weren't born to be another forgettable name in the crowd. No. You came into this world carrying something sacred, a flame. Not everyone has it. Some people, they're empty from day one, just bodies moving, no fire inside. But you were born with a burn in your soul, something raw, untamed, a quiet violence that says, I'm not here to blend in, I'm here to dominate. But here's the brutal truth they don't teach you. Fire dies without fuel, and no one's gonna feed it for you. That fire, that drive inside you, it's your responsibility. It's not your coach's job, not your parents', not your friends', and definitely not society's. It's yours. And if you don't feed it, if you don't stoke it with sacrifice, hard work, obsession, that flame starts to flicker. Then it fades. Then it's gone. And with it goes everything you could have been. Look around. This world is full of men who let their flame die. Men who once had dreams and now just survive. They traded ambition for comfort. They traded fire for fear. They used to believe in something, and now they don't even believe in themselves. You see them every day. Dead eyes, no intensity, just going through the motions, quiet, comfortable, defeated. That's what happens when you ignore the fire. That's what happens when you say, I'll do it tomorrow. That's what happens when you keep lowering the volume on your purpose just so people around you aren't intimidated. But the real ones, the rare few, they don't dim their flame, they feed it. They train when no one's watching. They study when others party. They bleed in the dark so they can win in the light. They choose growth over comfort, pain over pleasure, and fire over fear. Because they know one thing, that flame is all they've got. It's what wakes them up. It's what separates them from the crowd. It's what makes them dangerous. Let me tell you something. The world will try to smother your fire. It'll hand you distractions, mediocrity, pleasure, fake friends, cheap thrills, all designed to keep you soft, to make you forget what you're made of. But you weren't made to be soft. You weren't made to sit in the stands and clap for others. You weren't made to coast through life with 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You were made for war. You were made to fight for your vision. You were made to carry your name like a weapon. That flame inside you, it's the last real thing in a fake world. It's the reminder that you still have something to prove, to yourself, not them. It's the proof that you were never meant to live a quiet life. So protect it like it's sacred, because it is. When it flickers, feed it. When it dims, rise harder. When life throws storms, burn anyway. Because that's what fire does. It burns through everything in its way. Let your flame fuel the discipline to train when you're tired, the hunger to keep moving when nothing's working, the courage to bet on yourself when no one else will, the obsession to outwork every man in the room without saying a damn word. Let your flame remind you, you're not done, you're not even close. You're still becoming the man you said you'd be, so don't just protect the flame, become the flame. Move like fire, think like fire, speak like fire, work like fire, lead like fire. Burn so hot they can't even look at you without feeling it. And when people ask you how you did it, you don't give them a formula. You don't give them a step-by-step plan. You look them dead in the eyes and say, I refuse to let my flame die. Because at the end of the road, when your bones are dust and your time is done, there should be nothing left of you but ashes and a legacy. Burn the backup plan. No plan B, no safety net, just war. If you've got a way out, you'll take it. If you leave the back door open, you'll use it. It's just a matter of time. It won't happen when you're strong, it'll happen when you're tired, when things get heavy, when doubt creeps in, when life pushes back harder than you expected. That's when your backup plan whispers, come on, just leave. You tried. And if that door still exists, you'll walk through it. Not because you're weak, but because you're human. That's why you need to burn it before that moment comes. Backup plans don't protect you. They poison you. They take the sharpness out of your hunger. They turn warriors into wanderers. They turn men of fire into men of maybe. You say you want it? Then why are you preparing to fall? Why are you padding your landing instead of sharpening your focus? You don't plan to fall. You plan to conquer. There's no if not this, then that. There's no I'll figure it out if it doesn't work. That mindset is cancer. And if you keep it alive, it will kill your greatness. If it's not do or die, you're not dangerous yet. Real success doesn't come from comfort. It doesn't come from playing it smart. It comes from cutting the cord, lighting the match, and saying, if this doesn't work, I'll go down swinging. And that kind of pressure, that kind of life on the line urgency, that's when the beast wakes up. That's when the real version of you comes out. The version that's too fast to hesitate, too focused to flinch, too committed to even blink. Because when plan A is the only plan, plan A becomes personal. Pressure creates presence. No one rises under softness. No one builds strength with a plan to retreat. You build pressure, and pressure builds power. That's how diamonds are formed. That's how killers are made. That's how the underdog becomes the last man standing. The world doesn't care how many ideas you have. It respects execution. It worships the man who stays standing after the fire. But that fire, it doesn't even start until you kill the escape hatch. Stop trying. Start committing. You don't try your way to greatness. You bleed for it. You die on the hill for it. You turn your dream into your mission, and you remove anything that allows you to back down. And that includes your backup plan. You're not giving yourself options, you're giving yourself a purpose. All in means all out war. You go to war with the comfort, with the doubt, with the voice in your head that says, but what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't? Then you build it again, but you don't leave space to walk away. Because once you give yourself permission to quit once, you'll give it twice, then 10 times, and then one day you're 60, wondering why you never became who you were supposed to be. No more of that. Burn it to the ground, burn the excuses, burn the backup plan, burn every exit, every soft landing, every path that leads anywhere but forward. Let your only direction be through. Let your only option be dominate or die. Let your only identity be the man who would rather suffer chasing it than live peacefully without it. That's who wins. You say you're hungry? Prove it. Delete the backup. Kill the second plan. Throw yourself into the storm with no ropes, no nets, no guarantees. Just fire in your chest and a vow in your soul. I will make it, or I will become unrecognizable trying. That's the level. Not average, not almost. Not safe and smart. Savage. All in. Committed with blood. Because the man who burns the backup plan is the one who never needs it. In the end, if it's worth doing, then it's worth doing with your whole heart. Don't just show up halfway. Don't just go through the motions, because what you put in is exactly what you get out. So whatever you chase, chase it with fire, with passion, with purpose. If this hit you deep, smash that like, tap subscribe, and comment "I'm all in" to prove you watched till the end and you're not doing anything halfway. Put your heart in it, or don't bother showing up. See you in the next one.